The devs just wrapped up their Tide of Shadows stream, and we have a lot to talk about, including the new wild target, new weapons, a new pack system, and so much more. Send this video to a friend to make sure they're in the know as well, and let's get into those details. Tide of Shadows starts tomorrow from the date of posting this video, which will be the 28th of June, and it lasts until the 23rd of August, so you have about 2 months to complete all the levels of the event. There are 50 levels to progress through, and you will progress through them by earning event points. You can earn event points in several ways. You can destroy a ship altar for 2 event points, or interact with it for 4 event points. Those are similar to the soul traps from the Devil's Moon event, if you remember those. You can interact with an event clue or rift for 6 event points. You can loot an enemy hunter for 8 event points. You can banish a target for 10 event points, and you can extract with a bounty token for 20 event points, or become the sole survivor if you play that mode. You can also earn event points from the challenges in the Dark Tribute system back in the menu. The weekly challenges will reward event points and blood bonds. Similar to the quest lines, you will complete challenges to earn stars, and at certain thresholds you will unlock event points, which you can see here. Premium Battle Pass holders gain an additional event point reward. Also, the first reward of the Dark Tribute system in the menu will also reward event points. As with Devil's Moon, packs are returning with this event, and several hunters are pre-pledged to those packs. Any pre-pledged hunters have a 10% event point bonus, so there are 3 packs, and these hunters are pre-pledged to them: the Primal Pact, the Smuggler Pact, and the Grounded Pact. You can tell who is pre-pledged to what with the symbol in the bottom left corner for their respective pact, and the event point bonus icon in the top left. The devs also said there will be more ways to earn rewards later in this event. Okay, let's talk about the Battle Pass. There is a free reward track and a premium reward track. Here are the free rewards, and if you want the premium pass, you can purchase it for 1,000 blood bonds. That gives you access to the premium rewards and extra event point progression. Or you can spend more blood bonds and get the Battle Pass bundle, which gives you 10 event levels and the Cardinal Rain Legendary Hunter, which you would normally have to buy separately. And here is an image of those Battle Pass rewards. Again, you can pause it if you want to look at that. You can also purchase additional Legendary Hunters in the Events tab under the Store tab, including the Fang Shearer and the Cardinal Rain, which is included in that Battle Pass bundle. As I said earlier, there are 50 levels to progress through, and a bonus Overspill reward, which is this weapon charm for anyone really grinding this event. Okay, now let's talk about the Pact system. As with Devil's Moon, you will earn pledge marks during a match, and you can earn at most 3 pledge marks in one mission, but each hunter can hold up to 4, so if you extract, you can go into another match and gain 1 more. Pledge marks stay on their respective hunter that earned them, and they cannot be looted even when you are killed. And you can earn those pledge marks in 3 ways. Earn 20 event points for the first time in the mission, loot your first hunter in the mission, banish your first target, either Rotjaw or one of the bosses, and only the first banish rewards pledge marks, and the subsequent banishes just reward event points. And as I mentioned, you can still pledge to a pact in 2 ways, by either selecting a hunter who is pre-pledged or visiting a supply cart and using one of the pledge boxes. However, unlike Devil's Moon, you gain traits by interacting with these special event trait charms. You will see the relevant trait charm at the cart depending on which pact you have selected, which means you may see different trait charms at the cart than your teammate if they've selected a different pact. Once you have pledge marks, you can spin them at the carts to acquire traits, and those pledge marks will be deducted from your hunter's total. So you do actually spend those pledge marks. And new for this event are these things called burn traits. So some traits are categorized as burn traits, which means they are single use. Once those trait conditions have activated, they are removed from your hunter, and you will have to revisit a cart to reacquire them, as long as you have pledge marks to spend. Each pact has 2 traits, a normal one and a burn trait. For the Primal Pact, there is Instinct, which is 1 pledge mark, while in Darksight, sense when enemy hunters are nearby, and the range on that is 75 meters. And then there is Relentless for 2 pledge marks, and again, this is a burn trait. Your hunter won't lose a health chunk when downed, so if you get downed while you have Relentless, that trait will be removed, but you won't lose a bar. And then for the Smuggler Pact, there is Mariner for 1 pledge mark. Health restoration is greatly increased while in water. Health restoration is also marginally increased while exposed to heavy rain. And then there is Gunrunner. Again, this is the burn trait for 2 pledge marks. It removes contraband status from main weapons on extraction, and you receive 2 extra ammo from ammo resupplies. And then for the grounded pact, Shadow for 1 pledge mark. Monsters can't see you, but they can still hear you. Boss targets and wild targets are immune to this trait. And then there's Remedy for 2 pledge marks. Again, this is a burn trait. Using Darksight, interact with a trait to trigger a restoration effect similar to banishing for your team's hunters. So if you use Remedy, again, it will go away, but your team will gain any missing health bars. And then all the packs have access to Death Cheat for 3 pledge marks. In exchange for all your pledge marks, you will not lose your hunter if you fail to extract, but equipment and missing health chunks will be lost. Again, Death Cheat can be gained regardless of what pact you are pledged to. You just have to go spend those 3 pledge marks, and that is a burn trait, so once it's used, it is removed from your hunter. Also, Shiny is back. If you have any extra trait points, you can gain some extra event points too. There are a lot of event weapons coming with this event, so let's talk about those. If you fail to unlock any of these weapons during the event, they will be added as part of the regular weapon progression after the event ends. So the first one they talked about is the Drilling. It's a new combination rifle. It has 2 medium rifle barrels combined with a long shotgun underbarrel and has 22 bullets, and the shotgun ammo capacity is 6 bullets total. The recoil on this one is pretty nutty, and that underbarrel is being compared to a Romero with a longer reload. Next is the Railroad Hammer. It is a medium slot blunt melee weapon. It is similar to the sledgehammer found in the world, but it does slightly less damage and uses less stamina. And then we have the LEMAT Mark II UPPERMAT, the medium slot long ammo pistol. It requires 2 hands to operate, no fanning and no dual wielding. It comes with an underbarrel shotgun, naturally. It has a long ammo capacity of 9 and 9 or 18 total, and a shotgun ammo capacity of 1 and 3 or 4 total. The UPPERMAT kicks like a mule. They defended the name change as saying the uppercut is just iconic as the uppercut, so they didn't want to borrow that variant name, which I guess I'm okay with, but UPPERMAT still sounds weird. Maybe it won't eventually. And then we have the Caldwell New Army Swift. It is the Swift, but it reloads faster, similar to the Schofield Swift. And we also have the WINFIELD SLATE Riposte. So light attack does a swinging wide attack. If you've used a riposte, you probably know how this works. Okay, and then we have new custom ammo types, and some of these are kind of surprising. The first one is the hand crossbow Dragon Bolt. It is a dragon breath shell attached to a compact crossbow bolt. It explodes upon impact in a ball of fire, and it comes with 4 ammo capacity total and can be used to ignite hunters. We also have the Bomb Lance Waxed Frag Charge. This is an explosive lance with a protected wax coating. It detonates with a delayed fuse, and it causes bleeding damage. It's basically like the frag arrows on the bow, but it is waxed, so it does work in water. Okay, and then we have new consumables. There is the Choke Beetle. It explodes in a cloud of suffocating gas. It is immune to choke clouds, unlike the normal Stalker Beetle, and it can be used to extinguish fires. It can also be found in cocoons. We also have the Deployable Medical Pack. It heals 100 health points. It has 2 uses, like a normal medical station, really useful for helping your team out. We also have the Deployable Toolbox. It refills some supplies. It has 2 uses, just like the world ones do. And yeah, that one sounds really cool. And then we have the Wild Target Rotjaw. Rotjaw is a wild target, which means she will not be found in compounds, but outside of them in the waterways of the maps. Importantly, she is not a roaming boss, but she does spawn in different locations across the maps and can be banished in half the time, and she drops 1 single bounty token. Currently, Rotjaw only spawns in wildcard contracts, so you'll need to select those if you want a chance to fight her, and she only appears in 3 times a day: Thundershower, Serpent's Night from the Serpent Moon event, and Normal Night. I'll have more videos on the ins and outs of tracking and fighting Rotjaw later. Let's move on to the new wildcard condition, Thundershower. Thundershower will change dynamically throughout the match, affecting your ability to see and hear, progressing through phases of light and heavy rain. There is a small chance the match will start during heavy rain, but light rain will be the most frequent at the start. The important gameplay considerations, aside from affecting your sound and vision, is that heavy rain will affect burning and aggro distances. So during heavy rain, hunters, dead or alive, will not start burning, but they will receive some fire damage while standing in flames. Also, hunters automatically stop burning when heavy rain begins, which means if your teammate is down and burning, the heavy rain phase will extinguish them. It's important to note that large fires will still char your health, but your hunter won't actually catch on fire, so if that fire goes away, you won't continue to burn. I hope that makes sense, but I'll also show it in the video. Heavy rain affects the world as well. Crows will take off during heavy rain, and ducks, dog kennels, and chicken coops will have a reduced perception range similar to beast face ranges, so you can sneak by those a little bit easier. Also, red and yellow barrels cannot be ignited during heavy rain, but they do still explode during light rain, so be careful. That's something we talked about in a previous video. But that about wraps up everything you need to know about this event. There is so much going on, and it will go live with update 113 tomorrow. Anyway, I'm sure I'll have more stuff to talk about, but until the next video, goodbye.